Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to welcome in our midst our chief guest for the opening ceremony, His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, the President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And as our dignitaries join us, ladies and gentlemen, it's a tradition in Sri Lanka to begin every event of significance with the lighting of the oil lamp. It's a ritual that represents new beginnings, and the light is meant to dispel darkness and ensure an auspicious start. We'd now like to invite His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, the President of Sri Lanka, to do the honors of lighting the traditional oil lamp. We'd also like to invite the Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Honorable Mahinda Amaravira, to do the honors as well. Chief of Staff and National Security Advisor, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka. Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Mr. Janaka Dharmakirti. Ladies and gentlemen, Ceylon tea belongs to the world, but the heart of Ceylon tea beats right here in Sri Lanka. So therefore, we would now like to invite the young stakeholders of the tea industry who represent Ceylon tea from crop to cup to join us. We'd like to be joined by Ms. Ganeshan Vigneshwari, representing communities working on estates who have the first touch of the green leaf and where it all begins. Next, Mr. Darshana Madhushankar, representing our smallholder tea growers who contribute 70% of Sri Lanka's production. Up next, Mr. Nalin Senakatilakaratna, representing our factories. Sri Lanka has more than 600 factories producing our tea. Mr. Dulshankar Jayatilaka, representing the stakeholders in estate management who oversee the entire process and care for the people, the plant, and the production. Next, we have Mr. Janith De Silva, representing the tea broker community, which ensures that trade happens fairly, smoothly, and securely. Sri Lanka boasts the most secure public auction system in the world, servicing 98% of all tea grown in the country. We'd also like to invite Ms. Alison Vijaymana, representing the community of exporters and marketers who take Ceylon tea to the world. They cater to the world's lifestyle in over 100 countries. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we thank our dignitaries for lighting the traditional oil lamp. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Sri Lanka.
Navadi
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please take your seats now.
Can you imagine a future with no tea? If time had run out for us, and all the progress we thought we had made was lost forever. What if in this future there can be no fields of tea? There is no tea. If this is our future, what price will we pay for the last cup? What would tea be worth to us as a lifestyle if we had to put a price tag on what makes tea so good? What's the value of tea as a livelihood? Can we put a number on that? The costs of not caring enough, not sharing enough. Is that the cost of tea for us? Imagine we knew the price we will have to pay and we didn't do enough. Let's talk about it. The time is now for us, the people of tea. We are in this together and we're here today. Let's talk about how our world is changing and how tea is taking on new form and face every day. How we can stop the climate from turning on us and how unity is strength. Let's dig deep into what the future holds for the people of tea. The legacy we inherited and the lessons we learned. The new ways, fairer and more equitable ways to make it right, to get through it together. We need to discuss value and about what quality means in our future, about the flaws in our map and the price of leaving people behind. Let's recalculate the real value of tea. We know what our inaction will cost, and it is a cost that we cannot bear. Let's change our ways and make the most of today to shape a better future for the beverage that sustains us all. For tea as a lifestyle and a livelihood.
Ayubowan, Wanakam, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Colombo International Tea Convention 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a privilege for us to be able to welcome all of you, the leaders, the pioneers, the decision makers, the innovators from across the global tea value chain joining us right here in Sri Lanka. You, ladies and gentlemen, are the people of tea, and you're coming together to shape the future of this industry on an international scale, and we're so delighted to welcome you from far and wide. In fact, we have over 750 of you in the audience here today. Wow, what a powerful and dynamic audience we have right here with us. Therefore, as we get started, ladies and gentlemen, can we please begin by hearing a huge round of applause for all of you who've joined us here at the Colombo International Tea Convention. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be quite an impactful next 2 days. And let me tell you that this convention is more than just an ordinary event. It is a journey of discovery. It is an honest dialogue. It's also a call to action. As you just saw, our theme for this convention is tea, a lifestyle and a livelihood. And it highlights the many dimensions of tea. We will together explore how tea transcends being merely just a beverage to becoming an integral part of culture, lifestyle, and community across the globe. And we will also delve into the challenges faced by tea as a livelihood and, of course, explore the groundbreaking solutions to ensure the sustainability of this industry. Now, before we move ahead, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to first and foremost invite our dignitaries to please join us at their seats on stage. Our dignitaries will be accompanied by the Chairman of Colombo Tea Traders Association, Mr. Sanjay Herath, and the Chairman of Sri Lanka Tea Board, Mr. Niraj Dimel. We'd now like to invite on stage the President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, our Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Honorable Mahinda Amaravira. We'd also like to invite our Chief of Staff and National Security Advisor, Ms. Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, and joining them on stage are the two co-chairs of the Colombo International Tea Convention, Mr. Anil Cook and Mr. Ganesh Daivanayagam. And with our dignitaries now taking their seats up on stage, ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you that over the next 2 days, we have planned an agenda that's going to be educational, insightful, interesting, and impactful. And I'm sure we can't wait to get started with our proceedings, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, to now do the honors of the official welcome address, it's my pleasure to invite to the lectern the chairman of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, which, as you know, is one of the hosts for this convention. Ladies and gentlemen, with your applause, please welcome Mr. Sanjay Herath.
Your Excellency, the President, Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Chairman of the Sri Lanka Tea Board, Mrs. Anil Cook and Ganesh Devanagam, Co-Chairman, Colombo International Tea Convention 2024, Your Excellencies, honored guests, overseas and local delegates, fellow members of our industry, ladies and gentlemen. May I commence by extending to all of you a warm welcome to this unique gathering of the global tea fraternity. I am particularly happy the over 150 overseas delegates representing a wide spectrum of international tea community who have traveled from all corners of the world and have swelled the total number of delegates to over 750, the highest ever we have had the pleasure to host. Your Excellency, we are deeply indebted to you for having graced this occasion with your presence, notwithstanding the immeasurable demand on your time at this overwhelmingly critical phase in the history of our country. We are thankful for your leadership towards driving our country back to a stable, growing economy after many challenges we have faced. We are honored and are grateful to your presence as you have always supported and considered the importance of this industry, which directly benefits the livelihood of over 10% of our population, and the international leadership and the influential position Sri Lanka plays in this crucial industry. As you have always echoed, the tea industry has sustained the economy of this country for over a century, and that it continues to contribute it significantly. It always provides considerable employment and helps to support a significant portion of the country's population and allied services. The tea industry still has tremendous potential vis-à-vis the country's economy and should, accordingly, be nurtured and supported to realize these aspirations. The tea industry of the island came into commercial existence 157 years ago, while Colombo Tea Traders Association completes 130 years as the apex body of the industry. It is customary resilience that has enabled to weather the storms and regain stability. Many of you may not be aware that the first ever International Tea Convention worldwide was held in 1966 in Ceylon, as the country was then known, to celebrate its centenary in 1967. Due to political, economic, and civic upheavals, the next convention was held in 1992, coinciding with the 125th anniversary of Ceylon tea and the handing back of the management to the tea plantations to the private sector. Thereafter, the Colombo International Tea Convention was held at 5-year intervals, at the most recent in 2017, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Ceylon tea under the stewardship of Mr. Anselm Pereira. It was a resounding success. Notwithstanding severe demands on his time, he is also assisting with the organizing of the charity auction and the convention program 2024. I would remiss if I fail to acknowledge the remarkable Mr. Michael de Souza, who served as the chairman of the organizing committee for the Colombo International Tea Convention from 1992 to 2017. We miss you, Michael. The 7-year break that followed was inevitable due to the COVID pandemic and the other disruptive elements. The successive international tea conventions held in Colombo are legendary. They have been conducted on each occasion under the contemporary themes relevant to the prevailing circumstances. Under the theme, Tea, a Lifestyle and a Livelihood, the delegates will be participating in 6 intensive business sessions, listening to inspiring speakers on specific subjects, followed by insightful panel discussions. Our sponsors, as always, we have been magnanimous and we deeply grateful to them for their ready financial support, which enabled us to organize such a magnificent event, which we are all proud of. The organizing committee of the event of such magnitude is no mean a feat, and the advisory committee, the working committee, and the service providers handle it admirably. Through dedication of hours of hard work, they deserve our overwhelming gratitude for a job well done. And I take this opportunity to sincerely thank them on behalf of all of us. I once again warmly welcome all of you and wish all the delegates a productive and a beneficial convention and memories that will remain forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Sanjay Herat, the chairman of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, for those warm words of welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we've heard on behalf of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, it's time now to hear from the other host of this convention, which is, as you know, the Sri Lanka Tea Board. Ladies and gentlemen, to now deliver his message to the audience, it's my pleasure to welcome the chairman of the Sri Lanka Tea Board. Please put your hands together for Mr. Niraj Dimel.
Good morning. Honorable President, Honorable Mahinda Amaravira, Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Mr. Janaka Dharmakirti, Secretary, Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests, both local and international, ladies and gentlemen. As the Chairman of the Sri Lanka Tea Board, I am honored to welcome you to this timely tea convention hosted by the Colombo Tea Traders Association in collaboration with the Sri Lanka Tea Board after a gap of 7 years. In the past, tea conventions were held periodically every 4 to 5 years. However, the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic crisis that arose thereafter rendered it difficult to host such a convention. This year's theme, Tea, a Lifestyle and a Livelihood, resonates deeply with our ongoing commitment to the sustainability of the tea industry in Sri Lanka and uplifting livelihoods for communities in tea-growing regions. As we reflect on this theme during this convention and immerse ourselves in discussions about the future of tea, it is vital to recognize the dual role that tea plays, not only as a cherished beverage, but also as a foundation of livelihood and a vibrant lifestyle. The Sri Lanka Tea Board, established in 1976, plays a crucial role in overseeing and nurturing the growth of the tea industry in Sri Lanka. Our mandate includes regulating tea production, ensuring quality standards, and promoting Ceylon tea both locally and internationally. This convention is particularly significant as it allows us to share the progress we have made and the lessons learned from our journey to transform Ceylon tea to cater to the needs of the future. Tea has been more than a product for centuries. It's a symbol of culture, a channel for economic opportunity, and a way of life for countless individuals, particularly in Sri Lanka. As we look towards enhancing the tea industry, we must consider how we can better integrate tea into our lives, not just as a commodity, but as a meaningful livelihood and an enriching lifestyle. To ensure that tea remains a sustainable source of income for all those involved in its production, we must focus on enhancing the livelihoods of our tea producers and workers. The well-being of our workforce is linked to the quality and success of our tea industry. It is essential that we prioritize the welfare of our tea workers. This entails improving working conditions, offering fair wages, and ensuring access to essential services such as healthcare and education. By creating a supportive and safe environment, we not only enhance the quality of life for our workers, but also boost productivity and the quality of our tea. A practice that has greatly supported us in our efforts toward sustainability is the green leaf formula, which ensures that smallholder producers and growers receive a guaranteed fair price. This formula not only improves the quality of our tea, but also ensures that our practices align with global sustainability standards. It is a testament to our commitment to environmental stewardship and responsible ethical production. Additionally, through collaborative efforts with industry stakeholders, we have implemented programs that enhance educational facilities, healthcare, and sustainable agricultural practices in our tea estates. While our work is far from complete, we are proud to reiterate our commitment to creating a positive impact on the lives of those who are at the heart of our tea industry. Further, empowering our workforce through training and development programs is crucial. By equipping workers with skills and knowledge, we enable them to contribute more effectively to the industry. This includes training in sustainable farming practices, advanced processing techniques, and quality assurance. Here, I must appreciate the work begun by the National Institute of Plantation Management in taking steps to educate our workforce. Our goal should be to foster an industry that values transparency, ethical treatment, and sustainability. Likewise, to adopt tea as a lifestyle, we have to go beyond the fields and factories. Tea must be integrated into our lives. It must be promoted as a product that connects people and brings joy. We must celebrate and promote the rich cultural heritage of tea by hosting events, festivals, and educational programs that highlight the history and significance of tea in Sri Lanka. By fostering a deeper appreciation for tea, we can encourage consumers to value and choose our products. Additionally, innovation in tea production and preparation can promote the industry and make us unique in the global market. Introducing and adopting new flavors, blends, brewing techniques, and tea extractions can attract a wider consumer base and revive interest in tea. Supporting craftsmanship in tea blending and packaging can also add value and uniqueness to our products. Further, we need to actively market Ceylon tea as a premium product on the world stage. By developing strong branding and maximizing marketing strategies, we can reposition Ceylon tea as a symbol of quality and luxury. This not only increases demand, but also enhances the industry's reputation globally. As we move forward, let us remember that success of the tea industry depends on how we integrate tea into both our livelihoods and our lifestyles. By focusing on improving the well-being of our tea producers, investing in their development, and promoting tea as an integral part of our culture and daily lives, we can create a thriving and sustainable tea industry. This convention provides us with a unique opportunity to forge stronger connections, share innovative solutions, and drive collective action towards our shared goals. The need of the hour is for the global tea industry to collaborate across borders, share our insights, and work together to achieve the outcomes we aspire to. Sri Lanka is committed to strengthening Ceylon tea as a symbol of excellence and a beacon of sustainability, and we look forward to collaborating with you to achieve our common goals. Together, let us commit to a vision where tea is not just a commodity, but a profound expression of our values and aspirations. Through collaboration, innovation, and dedication, we can ensure that tea continues to be a source of joy, pride, and prosperity for generations to come. I look forward to a fruitful discussion and positive exchanges that will emerge from this convention. Let us join hands to make tea drinking fashionable again. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Niraj Dimel for that very insightful address, highlighting Sri Lanka's dedication to promoting and enriching the tea industry in our country. We're deeply appreciative of the invaluable contribution of the Sri Lanka Tea Board towards this convention as one of the hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are deeply privileged that we are joined by our Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, Honorable Mahinda Amaravira, and we now have the privilege of listening to our Honorable Minister share his thoughts on this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Honorable Mahinda Amaravira.
Good morning, Your Excellency the President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, Chairman Sri Lanka Tea Board, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege and a pleasure for me to address the opening ceremony of the Colombo International Tea Convention 2024. The Colombo Tea Trade Association and the Sri Lanka Tea Board launched the first Colombo International Tea Convention in 1992, and this year's event promises to be an important forum to promote fresh thinking towards ensuring the sustainability of tea and its people. This convention will be unique with an authentic Ceylon tea experiences. The tea industry has been a major socio-economic force in our country. It is a significant part of the national economy and a vital source of livelihood for millions, playing a key role in minimizing rural poverty and promoting prosperity in our rural tea growing areas. The Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries has a significant role to play in the development of the tea industry and creating policy and administrative infrastructure that will support stakeholders to achieve globally competitive production, processing, and marketing enterprises. We know that our objectives can only be achieved by adopting environmentally and socially sustainable, ethical, innovative, and commercially oriented agriculture practices. Over the decades, we have embarked on a transformative journey to strengthen and sustain our tea sector. And by the end of 2024, we will establish a globally accepted national sustainability standard for Ceylon tea. This is a significant milestone for the Sri Lankan tea sector and a testament to our commitment to address the challenges of climate change and ensuring the development and well-being of plantation workers and smallholder farmers. This new standard will guide the development and implementation of a regenerative agriculture model promoting low-carbon tea production. This multifaceted approach involves conducting a strong life cycle analysis to ensure our tea production processes are environmentally sustainable and economically valuable. This convention is an important forum for Ceylon tea and the stakeholders of the world. We are facing a critical time for tea in the world, so the theme of this convention, tea, a lifestyle and a livelihood. And the conversations that are planned over the next 2 days are timely and very important for the tea industry. My heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee, Colombo Tea Trade Association, and the Sri Lanka Tea Board for the effort and commitment in making this convention a success. I wish to thank everyone who gathered here to shape a better future for tea and hope the convention will cover the entire tea value chain from crop to cup. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Honorable Mahinda Amaravira for sharing your perspectives with us, and we deeply appreciate your presence with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we are incredibly privileged that gracing our opening ceremony here today as our chief guest, we have with us the President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe. It's now our deep honor to invite His Excellency the President to address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Honorable Minister, the Chairman of the Tea Traders Association, Chairman of the Tea Board, distinguished guests, and friends. As we are meeting here today, the Parliament is debating the Economic Transformation Bill. I need not tell you what hardships that we underwent in the last 4 years. But as we emerge from bankruptcy, we have to remember that we still need foreign exchange to pay for our goods. And the decision of the government was to transform the economy in the next decade to a highly competitive, export-oriented economy based on net zero and digitalization. The principles and the institutions are contained in this bill, which is being debated today. I hope both sides of the House will vote for it, though there is a big question mark. Nevertheless, I don't intend to speak on the bill itself, but to refer to the role that the tea industry has in achieving this transformation. Our transformation from a feudal economy to a modern economy in the 19th and the 20th century was driven by our plantation industry, by tea. Lot of modernization methods may not have come into being if there was no tea industry. And certainly, Allah would not have been a tourist attraction without the tea industry coming into being. So therefore, now you are at the next stage. And let's be realistic. We are a country which broke up our capital formation, which came out of land, plantations for about 30-40 years. Now we are trying to recapture that and to bring plantations up to play a role in the future. So let me first tell you the first step. I don't think we need plantations. We need a thriving agro-business, both of smallholders and large management companies who will look at the highest earnings possible. So that is the beginning. So you have to start reforming from inside. And of that, two measures I must mention. One, the need to resolve the issue of remunerations. We have to remember that those who worked in the plantations are some of the people who were at the worst end of the bankruptcy in the country. Secondly, to ensure that we come into agro-business, we will now extract all the line room areas and the surrounding areas and take it back to the government and regather them as villages, so that the line room concept will disappear as people start building. But then that's the part of the world we live in. No one lives next to a factory. They come from nearby. If you go to the coconut estates, we don't have anyone living in the lands that belong to us. So that, especially because the multi-dimensional poverty indicators in Nuwara are very high, higher than some of the northern areas which were affected by war. So these are some of the issues we have to resolve. Thirdly, there is the question of the debt that have been incurred by some of the enterprises, especially the small enterprises during this period, and how do we resolve it. Fourthly, matter which concerns us and others, the access to the Russian markets. Actually, sanctions have not in any way put back Russia. They have somehow or other come into Asia. The problem is for those of us who have to trade with Russia. And maybe those will require new look, but we'd have to wait the outcome of the US presidential election. Till then, you have to use your means of how you get your tea across to Russia, which I should not know. That's the only requirement. But there is now, what is the model of our enterprises? We have the smallholders, and how do the plantation industry become agro-business? And are we going to stay only to tea, or are we going to allow smart agriculture in your areas, give you a mix? Those something forestry, and in time to come, there will be land that will be opened out in other parts of the country for agro-businesses to grow. So there are opportunities of applying. I have no issue on that. Some of our companies have gone abroad and they have also establish themselves elsewhere, that's not a problem with the government. As long as we are the biggest player in the game, subject to that, we can go ahead. Because Sri Lanka must have a dominating position in the market. But having said that, what is the future of tea? Are people going to drink tea the way we drink tea? What are the millennials, Gen Zs and all going to do? Now that's your future. And that future is not in Sri Lanka. Except for the promotion and the R&D you're doing here. You have to carry your battle straight into these areas. Into Europe, into Americas. Are they going to drink iced tea? Are they going to have a tea drink? We do not know. That, and to help that, Sri Lanka is now will bring the climate change legislation and the new environment laws, which will enable us to hit net zero even before the target date. So that is the help that we can do there. But what people are going to drink is something you all have to decide. Or will you be eating something with tea? We don't know. We just can't say what it is. And that is where the battle is. Already some other countries like Tata and Lale and all are now experimenting. So we have to now look at the TRI. What have they done? What should they do for the future? And make it a joint partnership between government, which will provide funding, and the private sector. So I think in a way, our basic, we have to look at now, not the tea board or the tea smallholders. They are all there. They have to be restructured. But the Tea Research Institute, and how are we going to build it up? So those are my thoughts on the industry. You all are the ones who are in the game. And it's for us to look at the future, because many of the problems we have mentioned here are capable of being settled by us. But we have a future out there. And how are we going to keep those markets and expand it? So I wish you all the best in your deliberation. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we would like to invite you to please join us in front, because we do have a token of appreciation for you, Your Excellency. So to now do the honors of presenting this token of appreciation to our chief guest this morning, I would like to invite Mr. Sanjay Herup, the chairman of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, to do the honors of presenting this token to our chief guest as we thank him for his presence. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe. We also have a token coming to Honorable Mahinda Amaravira. We'd like to thank him for his presence this morning, our Minister of Agriculture and Plantation Industries. Let's put our hands together as we appreciate the presence of Honorable Mahinda Amaravira. And another token of appreciation to Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka, our Chief of Staff and National Security Advisor. Let's hear your applause, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Sagala Ratnayaka. And with that, we'd now like to invite our dignitaries on stage to please take your seats in the audience. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the Colombo International Tea Convention is the product of meticulous planning and a deep commitment to detail. We have been so honored to have with us the presence of the President of our country, highlighting the significance of this occasion, and we now say thank you very much to him for gracing this event with his participation. Thank you very much, Your Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe. Please feel free to take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, The Colombo International Tea Convention has really been a culmination of many, many months of hard work. From crafting the insightful conversations that we will be having at our sessions, to selecting the exquisite teas on offer, to overseeing every aspect of our delegates' experience, this convention committee, ladies and gentlemen, has pursued a singular vision, and that is to unite the world of tea right here in Colombo and inspire collective action. With that being said, it's now our pleasure to introduce to all of you the co-chairs of the Colombo International Tea Convention 2024, as we will shortly be inviting them to share with us their thoughts on this occasion. Meanwhile, before they join us up, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope that you've had an absolutely delightful time last evening at the opening gala. And not to forget, we have 2 more evenings, tonight and tomorrow as well, where we will be making merry and making memories. So we have plenty to look forward to apart from our 2 days packed with insightful sessions. So, with that being said, to now give us an insight as to what happens today and tomorrow at the Colombo International Tea Convention, it's my pleasure now to invite our co-chairs on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Anil Cook and Mr. Ganesh Daivanagam.
Thank you. Hello world, welcome to Sri Lanka. How are you doing? It's great.
Thank you all for coming in such great numbers and supporting this fantastic event, which is going to be a fantastic event, all because all of you are here.
The team, yeah.
Absolutely. So, just to take you, you've heard so much about the convention and the theme. We are not going to take much time because we're going to have a power-packed number of sessions. The theme, tea, a lifestyle and a livelihood. Lifestyle being the different cultures which enjoy this beautiful beverage all across in different countries. They've all made it theirs. Tea is not ours anymore. It's not the producing countries anymore. It is the people who drink it. So we would like to celebrate, reflect, and understand how this beverage is evolving as a lifestyle. At the same time, every cup that is in your hand, every sip that is taken, there are millions of livelihoods that depend on it. We want to reflect on that. We want to see how we can work to improve that.
Well. Someone said 26 countries. It's actually grown. And I have to tell the chairman of the CTT some good news, sir. Our international delegate count, including media and everyone, has exceeded 200. Welcome all 200 plus of you. Thank you to join us at home.
I think you've forgotten one country.
Wait a second. That's my secret. But we have delegates all the way from the land of the rising sun to the other end of the world, to Chile. It's an extraordinary mix of people who share the same passion with us. We are one community. We are one people. People outside the tea industry don't just get why we can walk into a gathering anywhere in the world and you can hug a friend from so many countries. So thank you for being here. But have I missed?
Yeah, you have missed somebody.
Oh yeah, there's guys from Sri Lanka as well. Are there Sri Lankans in the house? Let me hear you. Come on, Sri Lanka. Say, welcome all our guests. That's great. All right.
So did I hear Anil saying that he wants to hug you? So please stay away from him. By the way, this is an opportunity to share ideas, to learn, to spend these 2 fantastic days together. We have put together a curated and well-structured number of sessions. And there is great speakers, panelists, and session leads who will lead the session to a great conclusion from which we want to take some messages away for action immediately.
But, thank you, sir. Could we go next? Yeah. The critical thing about this year's convention, the numbers are cool, but it is these leaders of the world who we went after, every one of them, and invited them to be here to create this special synergy. These speakers are not just a list of boxes. When you hear them, they're the best of the best in their respective categories. They are thought leaders. They're the ones who are going to shape the future and tell us about what's going on. So it's a beautiful mix. And we've invited our brothers and sisters from all other producing countries to also share the stage with us and tell us their own experiences, because we in the world have to get together and take it forward. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. So I'm not going to go into all the sessions that we have. We have 6 sessions. Everything we are doing for the next 2 days is with meaning and purpose. There were 6 stakeholders who lit the lamp today. We had 6 session topics. There are 6 leaves in our logo. So all what we are going to do in these 6 sessions are going to take you from looking at the lifestyle, the way in which tea is consumed around the world, and how the new generation is going to take it, as our president said, and taking that discussion towards the people of tea. We are going to look at the value of tea, how the value of tea is important, so that when it is shared equitably down the value chain and up the value chain, is when sustainability can be done.
Absolutely.
Without equitable practices, there is no sustainable practices. So finally, we will come to looking at the environment as well as the technological advancements that are going to solve some of the problems that we are going to be talking about. So I think time's up. The important point is let's move on. It's going to be fast-paced.
Few things. Beyond this working sessions, we are very serious about what we are trying to do with the resources we muster. And you know, the good thing is that we are going to also, I'll tell you what, we don't have to tell you this. You guys, we all know, we know how to party in the tea trade. So we've got some great sessions going, and I look forward to seeing you. I've been told that you can wear your sarong to the beach party, provided you don't take it off. But Ganesh.
Absolutely. Right. So the last thing to, or not the least, to say is that we are thankful for our sponsors. Please do visit them outside. There is a great range of people who have supported this event, without whom we won't be here. And more importantly, time is of essence. So let's move on to the next.
For those of you who didn't know what went on yesterday, there was a charity auction. You, the people of the trade, raised 46 million Sri Lankan rupees, $155,000. You to us. And we, in turn, could give you what we value the most, tokens of Ceylon tea in exchange for your kindness, and that money will be well spent supporting wonderful initiatives that have already planned. Thank you again.
Right. Without further ado, all our important request is, please do stay engaged. The next 2 days are going to be absolutely power-packed and fast-paced. We are the first one to break the time rule. We are going to pay for that. But the speakers are going to be absolutely going to stay on time. And don't miss the last session, which is going to be tomorrow, which is the message to take away from all of this. Because we don't want this to be just another talk shop. So it is your engagement through the app, meeting people, and making a difference for the people of tea, for all of us, that matters. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all, guys.
All the best to you.